Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, we're going to have a look at Ethereum, but what we're really going to do is a bit of a market update as to what's actually happened today, why is the market pulled back, and look at some of the events that are happening around the world that we should be keeping an eye on because they could potentially impact the crypto market and other financial markets for that matter. So if you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. And don't forget to jump in our Discord. Over 4,000 people in our Discord now, talking crypto 24/7, supporting one another, navigate the space safely. It's an amazing place. You won't be disappointed and it's absolutely free to join. So link is in the description of this video. Jump in, both feet. You won't regret it. Okay, let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so we're going to start on coin market cap. Now, the total market cap of all crypto is down, get this, 7.27% at $1.04 trillion. And Bitcoin in the last 7 days is down 10.67%. For the last 24 hours, it's down about 8%. It's just flicked over 8% down at 21,441.85. And Ethereum, people saying yesterday that it was, the best time to be buying. Turns out it wasn't. It's a little bit better to buy today at 1,704.02, down 8.61% today. So that's a lot. If you bought it yesterday, you're going to get it almost 9% off, and it's 10.19% down for the last 7 days. So look, the market is doing what we've kind of been articulating it was going to do. Nick and myself have been talking about this for a long time now. Now, we haven't been sat here telling you not to get in the market, not to dip your toe in. There's been some fantastic trading opportunities and, people have taken advantage of those, right? Obviously, in May, we called out that the bottom was going to be in June. On reflection, in June, looking at it, it just doesn't look like that is actually going to be the bottom. Now, we're not trying to catch the bottom, but we are trying to enlighten people and support people, build generational level wealth. So we are always going to tell you as we see it. And, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be humbled. Trust me. Okay, so let's get into some of the headlines, right? And take a look at what's actually going on, right? Why are we here where we are today? So crypto stocks have reacted on Bitcoin's dip as, I guess, concerns linger. And these are the macro events that we've been talking about for some time. Cryptocurrency mining equities have been, amongst the worst hit on Friday's trading. And you can see this here. I mean, these are just huge pullbacks. I will link this in the Discord for you to go read through it at your leisure. It is a good read, actually. I really quite like this one. Moving on, and we've got Bitcoin plunges most in 2 months, dashing recovery hopes. And this is what we've been talking about. Obviously, we're expecting it to still go down further. But these are the dips to be potentially looking at. But small money, right? Keep the big money on the side is what I've kind of been articulating to our audience that I'm doing. It doesn't mean you have to follow what I'm doing. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. And you should treat this as educational purpose only. Go away, do your own research. But ultimately, there's people in our Discord that, got in the lows in June, like I said, we were expecting. And, have ridden it up and they've sold and they're waiting to get in cheaper. And if they got in now, they still have made good profit. So there's lots of opportunity. We're not saying not to play and dabble in the market. What we are saying is there's some really juicy prices to be had, in the near future. So, just be careful. The bear market is really just starting, right? Where, it feels like it's been going on forever. But, it's going to be some time before we start to see that slow grind to the upside, in my opinion. let me know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comments below. I am shocked to be seeing crypto Twitter and some of the things that are being posted by some of these influencers as if like we're about to go back up now, you know, massively. I just don't see it. So yeah, let's move on. We've got crypto stocks slide. Again, very similar. Obviously, Bitcoin moving to 21.5. It's actually lower than that now. But yeah, again, this is just talking about stocks, so I'll move on. I kind of duplicated that by accident. ETH's merge is the most important event in crypto this year. Here's why. And it sort of goes over what the merge is. Again, this is something that I'm going to link into the description of the video. Now, I do want to talk about Ethereum because I think there's a lot of people that misunderstand some of the quotes that I've been making. Now, basically, what is really the merger? I guess it's a bit like Bitcoin's halving, right? But it's like 3 times that all in one go. So this is going to be a huge event, but it isn't really going to be impactful until a little bit later on, in my opinion. A bit like the halving, where everybody tells you that, you know, the halving happens and then, you know, you start to see the bull run. I think you're going to see something very similar with Ethereum. I think you're seeing a sell the news event with Ethereum right now. And yeah, I'm not surprised to see the pullback. There's, you know, lots of very influential people with much bigger audiences than we've got saying this is the final shakeout of people in Ethereum. No, BS, it isn't. Basically what it really is, you know, people are getting out now whilst there's still some FOMO. We're still in a downtrend, remember, and you know, the trend is your friend. So until we see that reversal that we've, you know, again, Nick's been talking about, until we see that reversal come in, you know, we're not bullish. And I think as a channel we've been probably guilty of talking about what we were expecting too early. Now we're seeing people catching up, right? So yeah, let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on Ethereum. But I think, you know, you're going to see the price drop, and I think you're going to see that happen within, you know, within line, I guess, with the rest of the market. And then, you know, 4 to 6 months later, I think then you're going to see that price discovery, that surge to the upside. And I think, you know, it could 20x. You know, maybe more. We'll see where that goes. But you know, I'm gonna again link this in the Discord, so definitely check it out. Now what I want to do is I kind of want to move on to what's actually happening in China, because you know, I have kind of talked about that black swan event, and it might just be a combination of different events around the world. There's an awful lot going on, but I think China's going to be the catalyst for something very, very major. And I want to start by talking about, I guess, natural events that, you know, are happening, right? So you've got the China's heat wave and, you know, the knock-on effect that this could have for the economies around the world, right? And or just even China's economy. But you know, it's a devastating heat wave, serious impact to the economy, according to, you know, some chief economists, and you know, this shouldn't be taken lightly. The heat wave is, you know, a terrible situation, and you know, this has basically meant that, you know, things have had to slow down. You know, big energy crisis, all this sort of stuff. So I really do think that, you know, we should be taking note of this, right? So again, I think, as I mentioned previously, it could be a combination of a number of different events all happening at the same time. And I do think that we're going to see unprecedented, you know, global financial issues in the coming months. So yeah, just be careful. And, you know, in any financial market, make sure you're not, you know, investing more than you're willing to lose. Make sure that you're going and speaking to your own financial advisor, you know, to support you with any financial decisions. Don't just blindly follow anybody. You've got to go away, do your own research, you know, talk to your financial advisor, but make your own financial decisions. Okay, so the other thing that, you know, is breaking news really is that, you know, the virus is back. There's an outbreak in China again, and tourists, you know, stuck there. And you know, again, it goes to show that, you know, the virus hasn't disappeared just yet. and it could rear its head with another variant that's terrible, or possibly worse than the previous one. Now, I'm not trying to scare people, but I'm just trying to make people aware that there are natural events that are sort of happening around the world that are having impacts on financial markets. Now, at the moment, I think these are really minor, in the respect that I don't think they're going to have a huge impact, but in combination with other things that I'll come on to in a moment, could very well be very impactful on the market. So just be aware of these things. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comments below. Moving on, and then we've got China sending troops to Russia for a joint week-long set of military drills. Again, I think there's lots of tensions, particularly between China and the US, and this is not going to help the cause, in my opinion. I think seeing this and knowing that obviously Russia was doing drills previously before the invasion, this could be something that concerns the US and countries around Europe. So one to just keep an eye on this stuff with Russia and Ukraine isn't over. China getting involved, there could be a really big shift in power. And one thing that China and Russia have in common is that they've got their own sort of banking solutions, right? So there could be a really big coup here. So again, not trying to worry or concern anybody, but these are events that I think we should be keeping an eye on with any investment within any financial market, because these things can really move markets. So just keep an eye on this stuff. Again, just on the same topic, really. Obviously, China warns US against sailing warships through Taiwan Strait. Again, look, I just think that there's lots going on, and tensions are high. So we'll see what happens. But again, let's just keep an eye on this China and Taiwan situation, and the interactions surrounding the US as well, because I think there's a lot that could happen here that is potentially not great. And then I guess the topics that I've been talking about previously, again, probably the biggest of all of them, if you look at it currently, but obviously some of those other things like the stuff with Russia and China and Taiwan, those could blow up to be much bigger than this particular part of the discussion. But China's bursting housing bubble, and this reminds me of something much worse than the 2008 crisis, because it's pretty much exactly the same, but it's like that on steroids. So I think we need to be keeping an eye. There's not much in the media. I think that will be something that changes, and that's why I kind of said September onwards is kind of where I'm going to see the actual bottom in the crypto market. So look, I want to put all this stuff across. I really want to just highlight some of the events that are happening around the world. We also had China's some of the Chinese companies in the US pulled off the stock market as well. So yeah, look, I just think that these are things that we need to be aware of, keeping an eye on. There's lots of stuff happening is basically the point that I'm trying to raise. And lots of people are not really talking so much about the stuff that's happening in the Ukraine now. Lots of people are not really talking about the virus. Lots of people aren't talking about the property crisis in China and the potential impacts that can have. I just think that we've got to be knowledgeable and aware of what's happening as best we can. So I hope today's video was useful in some way. If it was, and you want to support the channel, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.